It has been almost 80 years that Batman has been in the crime-fighting game, but even with this character's presence, a significant part of his life, origins, villains, and even his butler are still shrouded in mystery. As one of the most popular characters in comics, it's no surprise that fans have tried to justify these holes with their own theories. In this article, we will try to put 10 theories related to Batman for you. Some of them may seem interesting, some are stupid and some are really strange. Batman killed the Joker. Obviously, you all know about Batman's special rule, refusal to kill. One of the popular theories among fans points to the fact that in Alan Moore's The Killing Joke, by torturing Barbara and pressuring Batman against his limits, the Joker caused Batman to break his own limit of not killing and commit murder. Play Joker in the final panels. Batman starts to laugh strangely, he stretches his hand towards Joker's neck, and then the sound of laughter stops, or rather, it seems to stop. The animated version goes one step further. While both are laughing, Batman slowly puts his hands right under the Joker's throat, and as the camera goes down, the Joker suddenly becomes silent and Batman continues to laugh madly. One of the supporters of this theory is Grant Morrison, and he said in a podcast that the name of the story is The Killing Joke because Batman breaks his own law and kills the Joker. Even Morrison gave his answer as to why Batman suddenly breaks his own law. I believe that Alan Moore intelligently wrote the last story of Batman and Joker. Batman is actually a villain. Bruce Wayne is basically too rich to spend. With all that money, shouldn't he be able to clean up crime just by investing in law enforcement training, prison security, and Gotham's infrastructure? Batman is constantly beating up thugs who have to work as petty crooks just to get by in Gotham, but Bruce has enough money to make every citizen in the city rich. However, Bruce has an addiction: beating people, which is only possible in Batman. He has to keep the supervillains alive so they can escape from the insecure prisons so he can beat them up again. Batman is a skilled strategist and he certainly knows that his methods have made crime rampant, so he never has to give up being Batman because there is always a need for Batman to respond to crime. Even Batman understood this. Did the criminals of Gotham create Batman or did he create them? Alfred, the real father of Bruce. There are different theories about this and it is almost easy to accept them. Apart from these, Alfred really plays the role of a real father. He guides Bruce well like a father, behaves with kindness and responsibility towards Bruce and finally even allows Bruce to dress like a bat as Batman. It makes sense that Alfred would help young Bruce through that difficult time after his parents were killed, but why would he remain loyal to Bruce well into his adult years? This theory states that Alfred and Martha Wayne had an affair, and after Bruce's family was killed, Alfred tried his best to raise his son, but never revealed the truth in order to tarnish Bruce's image of his mother, the woman Alfred loved to have. Jared Leto's Joker was originally Robin. During the BVS movie, I saw that there was no clear reference to Robin's story and his history, although in our sequence, there is a costume of Robin on it, ha ha ha. We see jokes on New Batman written. Certainly, the most likely option that immediately comes to every viewer's mind is that Robin is killed by the Joker, but maybe this time Zack's goal is to present a different idea. We see that there is a bullet mark on Robin's shoulder on the costume, and it is said that Joker has a similar scar on his shoulder. Even on Joker's body we see a design related to this issue. Although sometimes it was said that this theory is wrong, but maybe this is a difference of opinion between the factors that the supporters of this incident presented their opinion to the audience. Bruce Wayne died at the end of The Dark Knight Rises. On the face of it, it seems that Bruce Wayne really died at the end of the movie, although we see him in a restaurant in Florence that Alfred goes to at the end of the movie, but we already heard from Alfred that, in the beginning of the film, he said that every year on his trip to Florence, he imagines Bruce in front of him in a restaurant, sitting across from him. Is this just based on one's imagination? Alfred's reaction to seeing that Bruce is still alive is very cool. He just shakes his head and leaves. Also, how does Bruce know what restaurant to go to in Florence, at what time, and where to sit so he can meet Alfred when he gets there? We see Batman piloting the Batplane 5 seconds before the city-destroying bomb explodes. Even if it falls out of the plane, there is no way it can travel the blast radius. Joker is Batman's brother. In most of Joker's appearances, we see that he is infatuated with Batman. While there are countless other superheroes in the Disney universe, each of them can be great in their own way, but why is Joker only interested in Batman? Maybe there is a logical reason: they are really close to each other. It is easier to say that they are also blood. Two brothers. The theory is that Bruce had an older brother, Thomas Wayne Jr., who suffered a brain injury that drove him insane. His family moved Thomas Jr. to Arkham Asylum until one day he escaped and became the Joker. The idea of a lost brother has been brought up time and time again in Batman comics, and the concept of Joker and Batman being two sides of the same coin is the theme of almost every movie, comic, game or cartoon that has ever featured them. From Arkham City's Batman to Tim Burton's Batman, Alfred hired Joe Chill to kill Bruce's family. This one is actually related to the Alfred is Bruce's father theory. Alfred and Martha have a relationship and Alfred falls in love with her. She wants to raise Bruce with Martha, but of course Martha would never leave a billionaire CEO for Alfred. So Alfred angrily hires Joe Chill to kill Thomas Wayne so he and Martha can be free to be together and raise Bruce as their son, but things don't go as they should and something terrible happens. When Joe tries to shoot Thomas, the difficult situation causes him to mistakenly shoot Martha and then kill Thomas. Alfred, ashamed of his guilt, raises Bruce as a Wayne, never admitting that he is Bruce's real father, knowing that Thomas was a much better man to be a father to, and that Bruce deserves an honorable father, not a murderer. The Joker was a hero in The Dark Knight. Throughout The Dark Knight, we've been led to believe that the Joker is an agent of chaos and wreaks havoc wherever he goes, so how do his actions make Gotham a better place? Well, before the Joker came into prominence in Gotham, Gotham was a crime-ridden city, but the Joker appeared and in a short time almost all organized crime was wiped out, many corrupt officials were imprisoned or killed. A bank robbery at the beginning of the film leaves Lau out of hiding with all the crime family's money. When he threatens to blow up a hospital, he takes out corrupt police officers who are later killed by Harvey Dent. He is responsible for the promotion of Gordon, one of the few incorruptible men in the police force, and Batman acts as an example of the issue of partisan justice in such a way that this type of justice cannot have a positive result in a civilized society. So Joker was on our side the whole time. Batman's whole life is one big scam. As seen in Batman Begins and Batman, Year One, Bruce leaves Gotham for several years before returning to run his father's company, initially having no interest in becoming CEO. Bruce just wanted to fight crime. The theory suggests that Wayne Enterprises was close to bankruptcy by the time Bruce returned, and with Alfred's help, Wayne Corp's board devised a way to bring Bruce back into the company. They hire actors to act as criminals so that Bruce has to face them. This theory explains why the police force needs the help of a partisan in a batsuit, why Batman wins even in situations where he has no chance, why no one is killed, why Joker is sentenced to death after all this time and killing. Can't because all these things are for Bruce's control in predetermined situations. Batman is a lunatic at Arkham Asylum. No one denies that Bruce Wayne is crazy. He dresses as a bat and jumps off skyscrapers to fight crime, but what if it's all just in his head? This theory states that after Bruce's parents were murdered, he suffered a mental breakdown and was imprisoned in Arkham Asylum. Each of the villains is actually either an employee of Arkham or represents an aspect of his damaged psyche. Among other things, it explains why right after he started donning the Batsuit, it seemed like every criminal in town wanted to explain their crimes with riddles, jokes, ice objects. It also explains why no one suspects that the hero who can secretly produce Batmobiles, Batcopters and various gadgets is the only man in town who can produce these items, namely Bruce Wayne.